It's Tuesday, 7 p.m. You're on the radio show. Listen to me. I'm Mimi Stewart.
Y yo soy J. Jesús Rodríguez Caballero. Este es tu show. Listen to me, que comienza ahora. Mi gente, que Dios me los bendiga. Este es J. Jesús Rodríguez Caballero. I'm JJ Rodriguez. And this is a new edition on a Tuesday. It's finally over. All that rain. Now, actually, today there's no rain. There's going to be more rain, and yes, we need it. But today is a nice and beautiful Tuesday, and we're here and listen to me, and we're blessed by God for all of his gifts today. So basically, we're here today, and we have a lot to talk to, and vamos a estar hablando sobre la lucha libre. Tengo a Juan Arturo aquí que va a hablar de Epiko magazines. I have Juan Arturo here from Epiko magazines. We have a wrestling match that's going to happen, and he's going to give us all the details. Plus, we're going to be talking about Glow, Florida, because a lot of controversy has been occurring because of Glow, Florida. And you know what? When you're doing something right, there's a lot of skeptics that are going to try and push you to derail this project. But we know that we're doing a good thing and that we are right in what we're doing. So, people, you could criticize, you could tell me, but I'm going to issue you one better. Dame una llamada, give me a call. 407-601-5087. 407-601-5087. That's the call-in line. So call in. You have any questions, you have any concerns, call us, because we're here to be able to clarify everything and anything. Pero mi gente, las cosas están candentes con este proyecto de lucha libre Glow y la lucha libre en general. People are telling me one thing, but they don't identify themselves. They don't give me an address. They don't give me a phone number. They don't give me a way on how to respond to these attacks. One of the emails comes from Singapore. So why would they have to bounce their email from Singapore to slash me? I have brought people to my home. I have brought people to my inner sanctum. I have told them since the beginning that people are going to try to call you, contact you to scam you, and tell you bad things about me, tell you that I don't do this, I don't do that, but yet there is no proof whatsoever. Because if you could show me the proof, I would be the first one to say, okay, well then, this is not going to work. But I do believe in this project. And I do believe in Glow Florida because I think that, first of all, it's going to empower women. It's going to teach women that through physical activity, girls and kids can progress. There's more than video games. There's more than social media. You have to do the exercise. But we'll get in that in a little while. And we do have a guest of a girl that does believe in Glow Florida. And we'll be talking to her in a little while. But anyway, first of all, Mimi, how you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing great, Mr. J. Thank you.
Good. So, yes, we've been having a little adventure with this Glow Florida thing. And I'm very sorry that, you know, you're being CC'd a couple of these messages and stuff like that. But like I tell you, it's phony. It's fake. Because when a person has the truth behind them, they don't need to hide. They do not need. I will put my address. I will put my email. I will meet you in public places to tell you what's going on. If you don't understand certain parts of what this business plan is, I'll explain it all.
Well, that's the problem. They don't understand. So you can't. You know, if you're a visionary, they're not going to get it.
That is true. When you are a visionary, when you have something that is right, like my kind new friend here, Lina, is saying. The devil tries to start nitpicking and trying to cloud your vision but no, we're going to move forward. We're going to move forward till we hear different. And if we hear different and we need to change the name, we'll change the name. I have no problem with that, but they need to provide, the burden of proof is on them. They need to provide to me that they have a certificate of ownership, that they have something that they tell me in paper, certified, something. Because I'm sorry. Oh, Mimi, you know what? You're causing problems by sitting there. You can't sit there. No. You have to show why that problem is there. What is the jurisprudence? If it's something legal, they have to show it to me in a book. It's written somewhere that what I'm doing is wrong. You've got to show it to me. And if they show it to me, and I have, for some part of error or omission, because I don't know everything. I don't know everything, but I know that what I'm doing is right. That's what I know. And we're going to leave it at that. Now, quiero presentar a mi querido amigo y hermano fundador de Epiko magazine. I want to present a friend of mine who founded Epiko magazine. And we kind of have crossed paths in the showbiz world, because we have crossed paths, and he knows me from years of working. So if you want to hear of a better testimony of my past as a businessman, it's Mr. Juan Arturo Morales, fundador de Epiko magazine. Juan Arturo Morales, founder of Epiko magazine, and he's here with us live, and listen to me, yeah!
It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be with you today. And of course, we know you for a long time, and we know that exactly you're doing before. And of course, this is a new season. It's a new opportunity that you got to make something different. So the most important thing here is that you're moving ahead. Forget about the people, what they said.
Exactly.
Sometimes they want to get your dreams out of the process. And the only thing that you need to do with your dreams is moving ahead, man.
You have to move ahead. You're right, Juan Arturo. You're totally right. Palabras más sabias, Juan Arturo, porque es que y es como nuestra amiga Lina, la que vamos a hablar con ella, as Lina has said, we're going to be talking with her in a little while. When you have dreams, the devil pops out. El diablo sale y te empieza a decir no, y te pone, y lo he visto, y yo lo que pasa es que me pongo emocional. I get emotional, because the thing of it is that we've been fighting to try to do something like this for many years. And just because, tú sabes, tiene el matiz de lucha libre, just because it has the coloring, backdrop of wrestling, seedy characters from all over the place are trying to just derrumbarlo.
Yeah, but forget about it. Lo más importante es que cuando tú tienes una visión es que fue impartida para ti. So lo que es impartido para ti no lo puede hacer otra persona. Nobody else can do this. It's your dream. It's the thing that God put at front of you, and you need to push it. That's it. Let's go and do it. The only way that you can work with this thing is don't hear other people. It's just your dream.
Exactly.
Nobody have your dreams.
Exactly. No podemos dejar que los naysayers, las personas negativas, las personas que nos quieren derrumbarnos de nuestros sueños. Y Juan Arturo, gracias por esas muy agraciadas palabras. Tú sabes que tú y yo somos hermanos y hemos compartido escenarios, tanto las ferias de salud de Telemundo, Marisol, just to name a few. Pero Juan Arturo, tú tienes ahora dentro de tu revista Epiko, tú tienes dos cosas que están pasando. Una tiene que ver con actividad física y la otra es con la gente hermosa de Orlando.
Sí, tenemos dos proyectos interesantes que surgen precisamente de 8 años de trabajo.
Wow.
8 años de trabajo donde Epiko Magazine es la revista de todos. It's the magazine of everyone. So, nosotros tratamos de tomar un proceso donde la gente que es y no es famosa porque la conocen algunas personas a su alrededor, pero no son famosos a manera internacional, de darnos a la tarea de mostrar lo mejor de la Florida Central, lo mejor de nuestra gente, y presentarlo en cada uno de sus matices, en cada una de sus formaciones. Y eso es lo que ha sido los más épicos de la Florida Central. Estoy buscando 25 artistas, personalidades, celebridades que son parte de nuestra comunidad, y presentarlos en una revista donde pueda la gente leer su historia, leer cómo llegaron hasta aquí, qué logros han tenido, y impulsar a otros que a través de leerlos en la revista digan, si ellos pudieron, yo puedo también. Yo quiero ser uno de los 25 más épicos de la Florida Central. Esto va a ocurrir, ya termina su proceso de votación en agosto 12 en Feria de la Familia. Y luego de eso, esos 25, iremos a hacer una mega portada de nuestra revista, double cover, everybody's gonna be there, the 25 plus 5 international celebrities that I'm gonna put together with them, and van a ser parte de esa edición de agosto donde van a estar los 25 más épicos elegidos por la gente.
Wow. So, básicamente, y Epiko Magazine, Juan Arturo, qué la creación de Epiko Magazine? ¿Por qué ese producto? Porque es un producto bueno, porque no solamente dice lo que está pasando en Orlando, habla sobre los artistas, habla sobre lo que está pasando en la actividad hispana, in the Hispanic activity of artistic movement. This magazine has been the forefront. Tú has tenido entrevistas con estrellas, tanto de novelas, soap operas, singers. So what brought this up, if you do not mind sharing that creative process, ese proceso creativo de cómo surgió Epiko?
Bueno, Epiko surge hace 8 años, motivo de que uno de los problemas que encontraba que tenía nuestra comunidad era encontrar un foro de comunicación donde podíamos comunicarnos de manera efectiva y dejarle saber a cada persona dónde habían oportunidades. En el caso mío, mi hija, Gabriela, ella era modelo y quería aspirar a llegar a ser una Miss Puerto Rico para ir a Miss Universe. So yo comienzo a pensar cómo yo puedo ayudar a la carrera de mi propia hija a impulsarse, ¿no? Y ahí comienzo a trabajar con el concepto de Epiko, y la primera modelo oficial de la revista pues fue mi hija. Pero a través de ese proceso comenzamos a conectarnos con diferentes otras fuentes que iban dirigidas a ese mismo mundo. Final de la historia, 4 años después, ella fue Miss Puerto Rico y fue a Miss Universo y ganó el premio de la más fotogénica en Miss Universo.
Eso me acuerdo,
probó que Epiko Magazine sí podía ser un puente, una catapulta para muchos talentos, y posteriormente, adicional a ella, otras chicas de Orlando han ganado títulos internacionales a través de este mismo proceso de poder abrir las puertas para otras personas. Por eso cuando Epiko se creó con la visión de mostrar lo mejor de la Florida Central. Lo comenzamos en inglés, en un Spanglish, en inglés y español bilingüe, ¿no? Posteriormente nos movimos en el fluir del comercio y nos quedamos en español, pero actualmente otra vez estamos regresando porque la intención era mostrarle al público anglo lo mejor de los latinos, cómo aportamos a la calidad de vida de esta comunidad y de qué manera nos distinguimos para poder hacer de nuestra comunidad un lugar mejor. So that's my goal, you know, that everybody knows that the Latin community is here to progress, but they are here to add in the quality of life of this community.
And it's something very good because again, we've seen you in la Feria de la Familia, de la Salud, Marisol, to mention a couple of the events that you've done, massive events, you know, in Daytona Beach. And it is
now Fiesta Latina.
So we're going to be talking about also, and then los 25 de Epiko that we've talked about.
That's the new thing, and now the baby that is Lucha Conquest. That is the first time that we're gonna make a professional wrestling event.
So this is a professional event, wrestling event similar to what you could go to WWE. You're going to see una cartelera. You're going to see a series of matchups between wrestlers. Can you talk to us about the wrestlers, los luchadores que van a estar si no es mucha molestia?
Yeah, no, it's my pleasure. The most important thing is that, for example, Miami Herald talked about this event and said that is the most important event after Wrestling Mania. So they categorize that nobody else makes something like this before in the Hispanic or Latin community. So we're gonna have the best of the Mexican wrestlers and the best of the Puerto Rican wrestler, in addition to the best of American wrestlers like NC3, that is a champion of TNA. The same thing with Cage, that is a champion of Lucha Underground. So what is going to come in, people like Pentagon Jr., that is the champion of Lucha Underground. It's going to come in the best, como te diría, el mejor luchador aéreo catalogado por Rey Misterio en el mundo es Phoenix.
Phoenix is going to be there.
Yeah, it's going to be there. And bueno, adicional a eso, pues Thunder y Lightning, 32 veces campeones de la WWC. Vamos a tener a Chicano, campeón universal de la WWC, Apolo, campeón universal de la WWC, campeón en parejas de Qatar, campeón heavyweight de Canadá. Son luchadores que llevan 15, 20 años en este deporte, han estado en TNA, han estado Sabio Vega,
Sabio, yeah.
Sabio tiene en récord una de las mejores luchas contra Stone Cold.
Yep.
So, la gente todavía ve esa pelea de
Stone Cold y Sabio
Yeah.
Vega, eso es memorable. Yep,
Inclusive la llevaron a juegos de video, ¿no?
Yep.
So,
Sabio Vega está en un juego de video, eso está tremendo.
So, él va a estar aquí, Blue Demon, la leyenda mexicana,
Blue Demon.
va a estar aquí también. O sea, es una cartelera espectacular, 10 eventos o 10 peleas, todas con ex campeones y campeones actuales. 3 son de campeonato, y Belize, la campeona de Lucha Underground, va a estar contra una local, Santana Garrett. So, luchando por el título esa noche. Y en lucha de rendición, Cage contra Penta Cero Miedo, que eso va a estar espectacular. Es el que se rinda. Ahí no hay conteo de árbitro, ahí es hasta que alguien se rinda. So, el que vaya a ver esta cartelera va a disfrutar de algo que va a ser un costo mucho más económico de lo que pagan cuando viene la otra compañía de lucha libre, pero aquí la intención es que tanto los luchadores como nosotros nos pusimos de acuerdo para traer un primer evento espectacular. Y quiero añadir algo. Este viernes, por primera vez, vamos a tener a la emisora número 1 de radio a nivel local, como es el caso de Rumba, y con todo respeto la menciono aquí, y a Telemundo simultáneamente en el parque con los luchadores a las 5 de la tarde, transmitiendo desde el parque lo que va a estar ocurriendo allí al otro día. O sea, no es fácil unir tú al mejor canal de televisión latina con la mejor emisora latina a nivel local para que juntos hagan un remoto desde el mismo parque. Así que nos sentimos bien contentos de que le hayan dado la importancia que tiene este gran evento, y el 80% de los luchadores van a estar allí como parte de eso.
Eso el viernes van a tener como a las 5 de la tarde, ¿va a ser?
Sí, desde las 4 comienza Rumba con el programa de por la tarde, y entonces con Franchi, y a las 5 empieza Telemundo su noticiero, y ahí estaremos haciendo intervenciones cada cierto tiempo. Pero de verdad nos sentimos bien contentos de que this happened here, and we're going to make history. Hugo Sabinovich, 17 years, the official voice of WWE in Spanish. Now he's the official voice of Lucha Underground. He's going to be here. Por primera vez se va a narrar la lucha libre mientras está ocurriendo real time. So you're going to hear Hugo Sabinovich narrando la pelea ahí en real time. So it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of things.
¿Dónde se va a llevar a cabo?
En el Firefrog Stadium. We're going to have music at 7. We're going to have a plena group there that is going to make a really nice environment. The people is going to be like in a party, but the good party is going to start at 8 when we start with the first match. That is going to be amazing.
Good. Y nosotros los miembros de Listen to Me podemos cubrirlo como prensa.
Seguro que yes.
Bueno, vamos a estar ahí, olvídate. Ya sabemos que vamos a estar ahí con las cámaras y vamos a estar ayudándote con la promoción. So vayan, entonces es el sábado, Saturday at 8 empieza, ¿o cuándo abren las puertas?
Las puertas abren a las 6 de la tarde.
The doors open at 6 p.m.
Yep.
¿Cuánto valen las taquillas?
Empezamos desde $20, pero las personas las pueden conseguir en 15 entrando a la página online, y en la página online con la clave Epiko 25 you're going to get $5 off. So it's going to be really easy to get this discount. The other one is going to be $30, and we have a VIP entrada VIP que incluye like an hour and a half with all the wrestler in a special room.
Ooh, nice.
So it's going to be awesome for $100.
Wow.
So it's going to be awesome, and your seat is in ringside.
Okay.
So
¿dónde es el website donde se pueden ir a comprarlo?
Really easy. EpikoMagazine.com. So it's Epiko with K. So EPIKO magazine.com, and everything is there.
All right. Bueno, ya lo saben, la lucha libre como nunca han visto, con Hugo Sabinovich, Sabio Vega y muchas estrellas de la lucha libre el sábado. Las puertas abren desde las 6 de la tarde. Hay las taquillas disponibles. Vayan a epicomagazine.com, ¿verdad? Epicomagazine.com. Juan Arturo, wow, man. And that is great. So, brincando en eso, no te me vayas, que vamos ahora a hablar con Lina.
Yep.
And Lina, how you doing? Say hello to everybody that's watching us here and Listen to Me.
Hi, everybody. Hi.
Well, Lina, you have shown interest in participating in what we're calling Glow Florida, which is a television show for kids.
Yes.
Why did you? What's your background, and why did you? What interested you in this project?
Well, my background, you know, I've done a tiny bit of wrestling about 13 years ago or so when I was in New York. But in the beginning, before I was a Christian, it was the power of being able to step into a ring, and just from your entrance music, you could get a cascade of boos or cheers. And I thought that power was awesome back then. But then, being a Christian, I realized that, you know, that could be used for good. Wrestling is such a dark industry right now, and it's getting even darker, and there needs to be something more positive in there. So that's why I really believe in what you're doing here with Glow, is that making something really positive, and especially for empowering women, because women are being demeaned so much in professional wrestling, I believe, you know, like in the clothes they wear, the way their characters are treated behind stage, and on, you know, and when they're in the ring. So I think something that showcases where a female as young as 11 or 10 can aspire to be a wrestler and can just and not feel intimidated, or that they're, you know, the politics of it are going to beat them down. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it is true, and that's basically the goal of Glow Florida, is to show an empowering show where women of all ages, ethnic groups, shapes and sizes can, through physical activity, can show positive message. We can have a wrestling match that doesn't necessarily rely on bullying to make it entertaining.
Yeah.
And I know that we have a product that will be able to entice girls to be able to look at the show and say, hey, mommy, I want to learn wrestling. I want to do this. And why not? If it's not wrestling, it could be yoga. It could be tennis. It could be any other sports. But if we could convert that seed and say, hey, there's something else other than social media and video games. So you need to get out there and you need to get exercise. Some say, oh, well, you're imitating what the NBA has or what the NFL has. Yes. In wrestling, we should have a program where we could showcase and empower women to be able to be active physically, without the sexual innuendos, without the bias, and without the dumb male fantasies that have plagued past wrestling shows. Women of wrestling, wow, Wrestlicious.
It's pretty much no longer authentic like it was back in the day with Hulk Hogan and Macho Man.
Yeah,
the females.
The females, they had that girls like Sable, girls like
China.
Ivory, China.
Yes.
The fifth wonder of the world, China. God bless her soul. May she rest in peace. But so that is what I want to see that Glow Florida is. Some say, well, are you mimicking something like Glow of Netflix? No, because Glow of Netflix is the behind the scenes of what was the creative process. What is similar is all the negative things that have been occurring to us when we've come out with this. People telling us that we're not real, that we're not doing the things the right way, that we're infringing or trademark infringement. Well, the burden of proof is on you. You have to show me, again, like I said in the beginning of the show, you have to show me what's going on. I believe that I have a good product, but the product has to be created. You cannot generate money by selling a Coca-Cola that has not been produced and made. You do not make money selling a phone that's still in the factory line. Correct. You have the same thing with television shows, right, Mimi?
Correct.
Anything. When we produce a theatrical presentation, Juan Arturo could tell me, when you make a magazine, you have to make the magazine, print it out, and then you sell it. You have to have your advertisers.
You have to have your platform.
You have to have your advertisers. You have to have your platform. You have to have your show.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So if you do not believe in the concept of Glow Florida, well, then this is not for you. Right. Because I'm not going to make another WOW. I'm not going to make another Wrestlicious. That's not what I want. I have to respect that I came from a woman, because my mom, I didn't come from an egg, even though my head is shaped like new look. But the thing that is that without the male puns or the bad jokes, we're going to use not skit. People want to know. Okay, well, it's going to be different. It is in a wrestling backdrop, in a wrestling school, but we're going to teach kids that they have to be physically active. Yeah. We're going to teach them basic moves. They want to know how to defend themselves, right? Well, let's teach these ladies how to defend themselves.
Right.
Are there going to be wrestling matches? Yes, they're going to be wrestling matches. We're going to have comedy, but the comedy is not going to be written. The comedy is going to be a creative process called improv, and we're going to use improv exercise to create that comedy. And since it's television, we could do it again and again and again until we get it. In golf, they call that a mulligan. So we have that. And again, if the joke is if the joke comes out a little bit too sexual, well, we could scratch it. We could move it to where it's not that sexual, or it's correct for a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old. And believe me, a lot of 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds know a lot more than what we're going to be expressing. You see, it is the mentality of a 12, 13-year-old all the way to the 19-year-old girl and boy, and basically they have to be shown how to decently, a skit based on how to open a door for a girl. You know, it may not be comedy in the slapstick way, but it can. Because, you know, we could open the door for the girl, and then the bad guy comes in, and we slam him. So showing that the bad guy always will be outside in the picture. Messages of anti-bullying can occur by showing the elements of what bullying is and explaining, oh, well, you know, the good girls camp could be bullied by one of the bad girls camp, and then all of a sudden, well, you know what? This is what constitutes bullying, and we're going to give you the factors. Also, one thing that's been happening a lot here, Lina, and tell me if it's not true, there is a massive problem of human trafficking. You remember the people?
Yes.
And God rest the souls of the more than 20 souls that died in San Antonio, Texas, in a semi. But we have to also illustrate, girls, in English and in Spanish, the possibilities of what looks like somebody wants to kidnap you. Yeah. You know, I don't want to live in a life where everybody's paranoid.
Right.
But there's a difference between paranoia and vigilance.
Well, coming from like New York, like deep in Brooklyn, New York, it's like you learn to walk the streets with a wall around you. You don't trust anybody. You just learn that everybody's suspect. No one is trustworthy and stuff like that. And it's a shame that you have to kind of grow up that way, because you never know what face evil's going to show up in, you know? So you just have to kind of watch yourself around anything. And it's good that these girls need to know this. I mean, I know girls that are not really girls, but they're like 18, 19, 20 years old, and they don't even know the basic home ec skills. Yeah. You know?
Me too.
Those are things that are dead. They don't, teach cooking or things like that are really important in your life and stuff. But what you're doing, and even when you're talking with wrestling in general for the bullying, the anti-bullying, girls, when they watch wrestling, they're seeing a lot of fighting. They're seeing a lot of cat fighting and things like that, and that translates over in the wrong way into wrestling, when into their schools and into their neighborhoods, because they're watching how this star went after this other weaker wrestler, and it was like, this is what I can do. It kind of makes it okay, and they kind of glorify it in that way, you know? So it's like, doing something like this would definitely show, oh, there's a flip side to being a female wrestler. I don't have to be that bully. I don't have to be that aggressive, to get to communicate and to get my, thoughts across, whether it's in a good way or a bad way.
Well, and that's why this show is so character driven, Lina, and you're exactly right. Going back to what you said about New York, Son of Sam, a guy who a mass murderer who wreaked so much havoc. Yeah. And if you don't know who the Son of Sam is, there's the internet. You're listening to online radio. Open a separate tag. Google.
So it's on the ID channel.
Son of Sam. It is true that we have to try and teach these ladies. Look, this is what happens. These are the elements of a possible kidnapping. Yeah. If somebody's offering you something, candy, whatever, that is the exercise that we'll want to do. And Lina, and like I said, I want people from all races. I want African Americans from Africa, from the Polynesian islands. I want Muslims. I want Christians. The chance of it being a cohesive show where we can try and teach these people and these ladies a new generation of empowerment.
Yes, and their worth.
And their self-worth, because right now these girls, they have a very, very, very low esteem.
Yeah.
I was in the a pool the other day, and I saw how this guy, probably 17, 18, just took this 15-year-old girl and slapped her right in the buttocks.
Wow.
And I looked at her and says, "Man, do you touch your mother the same way you touch that girl? Because you need to learn a little bit of respect on women. You don't, oh, well, she's my girlfriend. I can do with her whatever the hell I want." No, dude.
Wow.
You see, that is what makes me mad. And some of the guys probably are mad at me because they're saying, "Oh, well, you're betraying the trust of the dudes." You know what? I'm sick and tired of this machismo baloney. And that is probably why I want to do Glow Florida, because I want to empower girls. I'm telling the girls that you girls are going to be part. Lina, you're going to be part of the creative process. I may be the director producer, and Mimi may be the executive producer, but everybody's going to have part on the creative process. So I'm doing something that has not been done in other wrestling.
Yeah.
Mimicking closely, Lucha Underground is probably the closest to what we're doing, because I know some of the people in the California that they, the wrestlers themselves, have a say in how their characters are developed.
Right.
Ultimately, the director has to come up and say, "Okay, well, if there's an impasse, this is what we're going to do."
Yeah.
You know, but this is what I want: the vision, the pushing forward, raising self-esteem. We could have the Queen come up, like I have one of the bad girls camp is Queen Majestic. Well, I have another girl that she's going to be the All-American Woman. So you could be in the good camp, probably either the bad or the good girl. Right now, we're trying to get in the juggle that. All of a sudden, everything kind of opened up again. So we're
so
trying
each
to
Glow female can have a say in their own character.
Exactly.
Nice.
And they're going to have a voice and vote, and they're going to earn a percentage of the earnings after expenses is paid. If there's an amount of money that is $1,000, is going to be spread among the girls.
A lot of things that we want to have. We want to have a message, after each segment. It's a message that we want to relate, and it's things with bullying, depression, low self-esteem. Main points for
taking your FSA.
all the stress.
But we know we dealt with these problems before, and we got answers, and that's what Glow Florida wants to be. But it wants to be for women who want to be las mujeres hermosas de la lucha libre, that want to be Glow Florida in English, Spanish, Portuguese. Something kind of like what Juan Arturo has done with Epiko in his magazine, I want to do for women with Glow.
Yes.
It is a place where we could empower, entice, and create networking.
Yes.
I want to invite schools. I want to invite junior achievement. I want to invite different advocacy groups that while we're doing the wrestling, not only their comedy skits, but we could mix the comedy with a positive message. Hey, well, you shouldn't be doing bullying. Well, what you're doing now? Things like that, changing voices, making these kids laugh and understand of their self-awareness, I don't think is a bad a business model. Yeah. And again, if they prove to me that they have the right to own that name, well, look, I'll change it, but it's not going to diminish my dream. It's like asking Miguel if they put a lot of pressure, well, you're going to shut down your radio station? No, he's put his life into it. Or Juan Arturo, well, if a lot of negative people influence you, you're going to shut up your magazine? No. Or Mimi, people telling you, Stewart Management, that you shouldn't be doing that. You're going to stop it?
Oh, they told me that a long time ago.
I know. So these are the growing pains of any project. You have to move forward from the negativity. You have to make a decision. I'm not asking you to trust me. I'm asking you to see if you feel and hear worth into what this project is. Regardless if it's Glow Florida or Wrestling Ladies of Central Florida or Ladies of Wrestling Low, but it is the message. What we want to try and achieve in Florida is the empowerment of women, because women need more empowerment. And we are in Orlando, Florida. Mimi, how many times have you told me? How many times have you told me that Orlando is blew me.
Yes.
And look, Juan Arturo, it just proves to me, we have talent here. We have talent. We have beautiful models. We have beautiful singers. I've even made a model sing. You know, they criticized me, but I made a model sing. And she sang for the first time, and she trusted me on that. So it's not a matter of trusting. And Lina, that's why I'm grateful for meeting you. And again, it's not a matter of trust. It's just listening to my words and seeing if there's any worth to it. And if it's there any worth, I want you to travel with me. Yeah, and I want you to create something with me.
I see the
and
vision.
your husband is here too, and I thank him for being here too. And that is what I'm saying. I am not saying anything different. Out there, they're saying that I want to pass myself off as Chavo Guerrero. No. My name is Jay Rodriguez, not Chavo Guerrero. They say that I've worked for a guy who did a wrestling show that mimicked soft porn. No, I've never done any wrestling show that mimicked soft porn. And again, Miguel, I'm sorry for saying that word there, but I want to just make myself very, very clear. We are doing a kids show that will empower women, that will bring their self-esteem. So anything that goes against those principles, that's why you girls have a say in this. Meaning you have a say. You're the executive producer.
Yeah.
If I'm straight. Hey Jay, you're straight. Okay, well then, thank you. Because it's like a Matchbox car. You know how they have the little rails so the car don't fly off the. Well, that's what you are, and we share the creative process. Yeah. You know, and you're right. We have to even if we come from New York, even if we come from Orlando that suffered what happened in Pulse, everybody's in their edge, but it's time to move on, and it's time to create something positive. And on that note, Lina and Juan Arturo, no se me vayan. We're going to listen to a very empowering song here in Radio UNT.net, la emisora que te trae la música que te acerca a Dios. Mi gente, estamos aquí, nos cogieron en fraganti, pero es que la conversación estaba buena. Este es Listen to Me. Este martes que estamos bendecidos, que no ha llovido, gracias a Dios. Sí necesitamos la lluvia y queremos todas esas bendiciones que nos trae Dios. Y acuérdate, reza y ora, que Él te contesta a su tiempo, pero Él te contesta. Y acuérdate, dale a Dios lo que es de Dios y al César lo que es del César, porque mira, el César no puede con Dios. Juan Arturo, mi hermano, amen.
Hello.
So basically, again, vamos a hacer un recapping el viernes. ¿Qué es lo que va a pasar con este revolú, mi hermano?
Yeah.
Tú has juntado a Telemundo y a Rumba. A Franchi le cobro ahorita. Franchi, I love you, bro.
No, el viernes vamos a estar en el parque de béisbol, en el estadio de los Firefrogs, teniendo pues un momento de contacto, ¿no?, con el público antes del evento. So they're going to have the chance to see these wrestlers. The 80% of them is going to be there. The only one that is coming next day is going to be Phoenix and Cage, that they coming. We're going to have here Melissa Santos. Melissa Santos is the official announcer of Lucha Underground. Wow, she's going to be the announcer that night. So we have for me, the most beautiful announcer in the industry is going to be with us this Saturday. So Rumba and Telemundo is going to be there 4 to 6:30 p.m. After this, it's very important, this one. Hugo Savinovich, the official voice of WWE for 17 years, is going to have a special service at Generation of Faith Church. So at 7, you want to see all these wrestlers in a church. It's gonna be weird, but you're gonna see them. They go to Generation of Faith Church, that is at 12 to 15. Yeah, John Parkway. The facilities of Fuente de Agua Viva Church. It's going to be the service there at 7. So the chance para ver a todos estos luchadores en una iglesia. Vamos a orar por ellos para que nada les pase el sábado. Y Hugo va a estar dando su testimonio en vivo por primera vez. Otra cosa, diferentes organizaciones online de lucha libre, como Lucha Libre Online, Rick and Wrestler, se van a unir para transmitir por Facebook Live desde la iglesia todo lo que Hugo va a estar hablando de su testimonio personal y cómo él conoció a Jesús. So, eso se va a ver a fácilmente más de 1 millón de personas, porque solamente Lucha Libre Online tiene sobre 380,000 seguidores. So, son cosas tremendas que están pasando, que pareciera que son extrañas cómo Dios se mete en todo esto, pero tener estos luchadores que vienen de todas partes del mundo a estar aquí y que vayan a una iglesia a un servicio es una cosa bien interesante, es parte del proceso.
Eso es parte del proceso, y eso es bueno porque sí, hay que orar por ellos para que no se lastimen, Juan Arturo, pero el oírle el testimonio de Hugo Sabinovich, porque sí, Hugo, yo lo conozco tanto dentro y fuera de Capital Sports Promotions, de su tiempo con la WWE, pero ese testimonio es bien importante porque eso es lo que nos acerca más al entendimiento de lo que es Dios y lo que quiere Jesucristo y Dios para nosotros en esta tierra, ¿verdad?
Correcto. Y el lanzamiento de un pastor que va a luchar, va a ser luchador de lucha libre, va a ser su debut, que es Boricua Guerrero o Rican Warrior, como le quieran decir. Él va a luchar junto a Blue Demon. Y pues es un testimonio.
Esa no se tira con nadie, no es una chesnita. Blue Demon,
Blue Demon, Boricua Guerrero contra Sabio Vega y el Rebelde Noriega. Va a ser una lucha en parejas espectacular. La triple amenaza es nada más ni nada menos que Fénix, 1000 muertes, que muchos lo conocen como el Mesías, o lo conocen como Ricky Banderas. Y Fénix. Fénix, 1000 muertes, y Mr. 450, ex campeón de la WWC Universal. Lo que van a ver es un manjar, es caviar lo que vamos a tener en lucha. Yo sé que la gente lo va a disfrutar, sobre todo los padres. Es un back to school event, really nice. A lot of karate schools is going to be there, so a lot of kids is going to be around there, enjoy the time and the opportunity to see these great wrestlers in just one place and in a price that they can afford it.
So the starting tickets is what?
$20, $30, $50 the ringside, and the VIP $100.
And that's 1 hour with the wrestlers.
Yeah, and you can have $5 discount if you go to epicomagazine.com and use the code Epiko25.
All right, well then you have heard it. Juan Arturo de Epiko Magazine, mi hermano, yo espero que esta es la primera vez y no la última vez que te veamos aquí en Listen to Me, porque nosotros, yo lo que entiendo es que nosotros, el pastel es grande para todo el mundo y hay que ayudarnos todos.
We need to help us and support everyone.
We have to help us and support us, and I think that if we do that and we show these negative individuals that we show a united front, anything is possible.
Of course.
Porque cómo se derrumbaron las paredes de Jericho. It wasn't one person. It was everybody.
Un punto importante que quiero dejar, nosotros podemos reconocer todos los días cosas que ocurren a nuestro alrededor. La música, por ejemplo, influencia muchísimo a nuestros jóvenes.
Eso es.
Y cuando tú puedes escuchar música que se está creando hoy día, como el trap, hay una buena, pero hay el 85-90% del contenido es ofensivo a la mujer. Y mientras existe eso y crece una generación de una manera donde la mujer está siendo ofendida, lacerada por la música que escucha nuestra juventud, la Biblia dice que de lo que oímos nuestro corazón habla. De lo que está en nuestro corazón es que nuestra boca va a hablar. Si nosotros estamos acostumbrados a escuchar cosas que degradan a la mujer, cosas que definitivamente no edifican el espíritu, no podemos esperar de nuestros jóvenes en futuras generaciones que puedan darnos algo positivo. Lo que tú estás haciendo ahora con las chicas es precisamente transformar atmósferas y tratar de sacar lo mejor de ellas para proyectar un futuro, y eso siempre tiene que tener oposición. Eso siempre va a tener oposición.
There will always be negative people, because when you want to try and impact and change a culture that has denigrated women, that uses them as a sexual object, that does not give them self-worth, because unfortunately, yes, that music, reggaeton, hip-hop, 90%, 80% of the trip is something negative towards the woman. Now, if we have a show that types of wipes out, and your show, Juan Arturo, tú estás combinando las iglesias con la lucha libre y estás trayendo uno, Blue Demon, Phoenix, we're talking about heavy hitters in the wrestling world to be able to bring them closer to God. I want to bring them closer to God in the show, but I also want them to have self-esteem. I want them to know how to probably, we could do milkshake. You were talking about cooking. Well, cooking in the healthy world, we need to know how to create better foods for ourselves. Our milkshakes, instead of milkshakes, we could have the different. There are so many improvisational opportunities to make people laugh, forget about their lives, because that's what I want them to be. I don't want them to be high on a drug. I want them to be high on us, because we will bring them further closer. What Juan Arturo is doing with his wrestling matches. I want you to come over again, and you have our help 100%. We'll go cover them, and I will help you. I never said, and have I asked you for money? No, because I understand that money is not everything in the world. We need to make these businesses profitable by being positive. And Lina, my question to you is, are you up for that Glow Cat Challenge? Formally here in front of the air. You think I'm talking baloney? Tell it to me like it is. I know that you don't know me and you don't have a reason to trust me. But this is what I am trying to do. So I know that your husband is here. Probably you may have to talk with him, because I know that marriage is a contract between two. But the offer's there. Do you want to be in this project or not?
Thank you. I actually really appreciate that. I've been looking for that, and the Lord actually led me to this. So I was open, not knowing what I was stepping into, but trusting the Lord. And I've been praying on this for weeks for the Lord to give me direction.
Amen.
Because my music, wrestling, family, I've been wanting direction from all that. I've been in Proverbs for weeks looking for that direction. And then this door opened up, and it was like, okay, Lord, well, we did the music already. Now the wrestling door is suddenly, slowly opening. And this being something that has a positive impact for women. I have little sister, I have nieces, you know. I want them to live in something different than what I'm in right now, and what we're watching as like an epidemic with young kids, with young females. So yeah, that's challenge accepted.
All right, so good. You're all right with it too. All right, so it was unanimous there. So see,
not only is she talented in wrestling, but do you know she's a singer?
Well,
have you heard her tracks?
No.
Well, I have her tracks here. And if Miguel is ready, if I may, I would like to play one of your tracks on the first time on the air.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Let's say our goodbyes, and we're very grateful. And again, one thing I want to notice, we gave out the phone number on the air. Nobody called.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Why aren't you guys calling now?
Yeah. Nobody's calling. So again, Juan Arturo, si quieres despedirte.
Well, say to everyone that thank you for being here. It's an honor that we can share this time, and of course, God bless you all. And we expected that everything, all your dreams, can be a reality for you.
Yeah, exactly. Amen. Thank you.
Amen.
Lina, we're gonna hear your track. So
yes,
Miss Mimi Stewart, you're the executive producer of Listen to Me, Paola nominated program.
Yeah.
To Miguel Monte, gracias, and Mimi. Take it away.
Just want to say the saddest thing is wasted talent. Don't waste what God has given you. Make sure you live with your passion and pray on it, and surround yourself with the same ambitious folks like yourself, and you'll find your way. The devil will escape. You will not have any part of that if you find that way. So hang with people that are just like you. Don't waste the talent God gave you. God bless. And Lina, we want you to end the night with a quick testimony real quickly on how it's changed your life and how God has changed your life. And to what track are we going to play for Lina?
Hey, Covered by the Blood.
Introduction of that real quick, because we're about to play your track right now live on the air.
All right. Covered by the Blood is actually one of my favorite songs. It's the last song on the album, and the Holy Spirit really stepped me out of my comfort zone by having me sing in a different style and way that I was very uncomfortable with, but I trusted him, and it's actually received really well. The song is it's showing that when the Lord is in your corner, no matter what you're dealing with, no matter what you're going through, He's going to pull you through it, no matter what it is. He went to the cross for you.
Yep.
Calvary is real. It happened for you. It is a gift. The biggest gift anyone can give you is to lay down your life for your friends.
Yep.
And that's what He did for us. So this song is an anthem for what He did for us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, Lina, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Next week, God bless.
to the cross, I realize I am set free. Adoption finalized on the hill of Calvary. I'm covered by the blood.
Foretold this man would step up deliberately just to set the captives free.
I'm covered by the blood.
Through his grace and through his mercy, and by his stripes I gain everlasting peace.
If my God is for me, then who could stand against me? Filled with the Holy Ghost, resist the devil and he'll flee. Yeah, I walk with my head high, 'cause I'm an heir to the throne. The sun stays shining on my face, 'cause I walk with Christ alone. I'm covered by the blood.
Foretold this man would step up deliberately just to set the captives free.
I'm covered by the blood.
Through his grace and through his mercy, and by his stripes I gain everlasting peace.
Now as I walk in the valley of death, I walk with my God, which means I walk and have rest.